Hey guys, Chris here again. This is going to be sort of the behind the scenes video for the WE Smith & Wesson, the WE M&P, which is based on the Smith & Wesson M&P9, as most of you probably know, and this is the black box. So I did an unboxing video and I did it pretty nondescript. I didn't really tell you that it was an airsoft pistol. And that's kind of the point that this project was to create retail boxes that are as similar as possible to the real steel counterpart, how they are delivered from the factory. Excuse me. So in this video, I'm going to just tell you a little bit more about the different components and the reference material that I used to come up with this finished box. So if we start with the box itself, this is a original Smith & Wesson box. I bought this, I actually bought two of these, but I bought one directly from the Smith & Wesson web shop. No problem at all. The box itself costs, I believe it was $12 on both sides or somewhere around there. So it's not really expensive. However, it does not come with anything in it except the foam. So it's just a blank case. And as you saw in the unboxing video, I kind of covered the externals of the box and so forth. But one of the really cool features, or details rather, that I created for this project are the actual barcode stickers. I replicated these from real reference material. I did a lot of Google searching, image searches for Smith & Wesson boxes, and I watched a lot of videos of unboxings of real steel M&Ps, and I finally was able to piece together this barcode sticker here. So what we have, this barcode right here, it's code 39 barcode of the serial number for the pistol, and the barcode down here is a combined code 39 barcode of the serial number of the pistol, the SKU, and this check number here, or quality control number. I'm not sure exactly what that is. And obviously you have the model specification, M&P9. You have the caliber, 9mm. That's a pistol, 4¼ inch barrel. And you have the Smith & Wesson brand name up here with the UPC-A barcode and the UPC-A actual number. So besides the serial number being WE specific, all of these are authentic and true to the real barcode stickers. So if you were to scan this UPC-A code, it would come up as an M&P9 9mm. So that's kind of cool, and I spent a lot of time replicating these barcodes, and I'm going to intercut some footage. I'm going to show you pictures of the reference photos, the main reference photo that I used for this, and then a replica that I created in Adobe InDesign of the reference, and then the customized version, this one right here, that I then modified from the replicated reference barcode sticker. I'll also put in just a quick shot of how the InDesign layout looks for this, just so you can see the kind of work that went into it. And having OCD and almost being a perfectionist, I don't like to use that word, but like I said, I spent many hours on this, and I believe I could probably pass this off, besides the serial number, as you know, a real case, if someone were to look at it. So, but anyway, enough about that. Let's jump into the box itself. Let's see, I think this one. Sorry about that. I need to have the backdrop aligned here just for my own peace of mind. Again, the box came with only the box itself and the foam. Nothing else was in it. So we have a WE M&P pistol. This is the black version. And like I said, I'm not going to go into much detail here. Cool little detail again is that serial number that's on the actual gun, which is individual on all WE M&P pistols. That's the actual serial number that's on the box barcode sticker, and also the spent casing envelope. Again, we have the palm swells. These came with the pistol. Nothing special. Let's take a look here. The manual is actually, I tried to get a friend of mine in the States to order the manuals for me and send them over. Unfortunately, they were lost in the mail during the Christmas, the holiday seasons and whatnot, so they never showed up. So I actually created this myself, obviously not from scratch, but I downloaded the PDF from Smith & Wesson's website, and I went into InDesign, ingested the PDF page by page, and then the thing that people don't really think about, which was kind of a pain, that when you're going to print something like this in duplex, the way that the pages are laid out, it's not really logical to how you see it in the final format. But let me just give you an example here. This is page 1 front, and it's the first and last page, and then on the back you have second to last and the second page. But then when you get into the middle, it kind of changes it up. So it took me a little while to figure that out. And then this is printed on A4 paper, full duplex. And the actual format of the manual is correct to scale to the real one, because you can see inside of the PDF what the actual dimensions of the manual is. So what I did, I printed this on A4, a little bit more on the sides here. Then I put the pages in order, lined them up, stapled them together on the pieces which are not here anymore, just to keep it in place. Then I made sure I got the center measured out, put in these 2 staples right here that you can see on the spine of the manual. And then I proceeded to cut off the excess material, and this has been cut all sides, so you end up with a manual that's the correct shape. The problem is then when you've cut the sides and you fold it, you're going to have a little bit of I'm not sure what you call it, but there's a little bit of an arc going on here once you fold it, because the pages, it adds a certain thickness. So when you fold it, you're going to have a little bit of kind of this effect, but on that end. So once I actually folded it, I cut it again to get rid of that excess material. And that is how the manual came to be. And this is printed at work on a just a regular laser printer, MFP multifunctional printing machine in full color. I think it's pretty accurate. Usually when companies print these kind of things, they obviously send it to a professional printer. Then it's in CMYK format. This is printed in RGB. So some of the colors are not correct, but whatever. Let's see what else. Yeah, I used, since it's 40 pages of folded material, you can't really use normal office supply paper. That's usually 90 grams or up to 120. So this is actually 80 grams paper, and I'm not sure if you can probably can't see, but it's, if you hold it up to the light, you can see the writing that's on the back side. So it's a very thin paper, and it helps when you fold it up like this. So yeah, that's a pretty long story about the manual. I'm absolutely super happy with how this turned out, and I don't feel the need to pursue the original Smith & Wesson manuals anymore. It's pretty cool that I can make this myself and get it to be as good as this is. I mean, again, you probably, if someone handed you this and then the original manual, you would probably be like, not immediately know the difference. So that's cool. Enough about the manual. Next we have this was one of the most challenging pieces of paper I have made in this entire project, and this is the Smith & Wesson registration card. So it's pretty complex. Again, what I did was I managed to get someone to take a reference photo of this and email it to me. Unfortunately, the person who took the photo, it wasn't straight laid out like this. It was kind of folded up almost like that. So that kind of distorted my reference image. So I had to go in and do a lot of modification, use multiple reference images and whatnot. But what you have here is, here's just your general information. The Smith & Wesson logo and text are, these are freely available online. There's a couple of sites that have these, and they are vector-based company logos. So these are printed in extremely high quality. I forgot to mention that actually. All the materials are printed at 1200 DPI. Just to maximize the quality, and again, because I'm using the graphics here in vector, you can enhance them and go in as close as you want, and it's still going to look good. So this right here at the bottom is I believe US Postal Service's something called PostNet, and basically what this is just the zip code in a sort of barcode format. So instead of having a machine read the actual numbers, it just scans the code and it knows what zip code and area the paper is going. This up here is something similar. I haven't actually decoded what that means. Not really important. I just duplicated the lines, so to speak. So again, these were made in Adobe InDesign in vector format. So nothing here is raster graphics or pixel graphic. Flipping it over, again we have the Smith & Wesson logo and text, and to be honest, most of the time that was spent on these documents, they were to find the proper fonts and the spacing and the thickness and the alignment of all the text. Once I had all that information figured out, I'm not going to say it was easy, but that was the most time-consuming part. So actually, all of this, I'm going to show you again a screenshot from InDesign, just to show you how this is laid out. These little check boxes here are separate items that the actual box is a InDesign vector graphic, and then I found the actual check mark online and downloaded. So I'm actually super happy with this. It looks really good. It's printed in black and white, so you got the grayscale here on the different bars. And now, if this page and this page was a pain to make, imagine doing this kind of stuff from a distorted reference photo. I mean, it was insane. I spent many hours, and probably most of you can't even understand why I'm doing this, and I guess I don't either, but it's how should we put it, it's a good thing to occupy my mind with, since I have a bit of OCD and whatnot. Doing this kind of stuff kind of lets it out a little bit. Just making replicas. Let's see if we can go in closer. We got Smith & Wesson. And this, I can't say how accurate this is, since I don't have an actual real reference document with in terms of the alignment. But all of the text and all the bullet points are correct. And a little bit funny thing here, if you see Smith & Wesson, someone can't count. They go 11, 13. There's no 12 on here, and I actually double and triple checked that, so that's Smith & Wesson's mistake and not mine. And yeah, this was quite a challenge. Well, I mean, it's not difficult, it's just text, but you know, getting it to the level of detail and authenticity that I have on this kind of stuff, I'm actually really pleased with myself and my own work. And yeah, I guess that's it. So again, I'm sorry if this is a lot of detail. You don't have to watch this if you think it's stupid and a waste of time. This is just what I did for fun. And I guess the main purpose of this whole project is to add a whole nother dimension to the airsoft pistols, you know. Look at this M&P. It has absolutely no trademarks, nothing that kind of says that it's a Smith Wesson M&P, but yet if you put it in this box with all of these accessories and the authentic documents and whatever, it just gets it to a whole different level, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with this stuff, so I'm really happy with it. Next up we have a cable lock. This is a generic master cable lock that I got from Brownells. I believe it was $9. And one thing I did, because the actual wire here in the cable was pretty it was just basically metal, so I figured if I were to put this in the gun, which obviously works to put in, but I was afraid that it was going to scratch the finish of the pistol, so I put a layer of shrink tube wrapping around the cable just to protect it. And most of these cable locks come with colors, so I got the black, red, and blue. So this particular one is red. This is the original instructions pamphlet that came with the lock, so I did not have to create this, thankfully. It came with the lock itself. Excuse me. And you have 2 sets of keys here for the lock as well. One thing that I had a hard time with was the Ziplock bag, though. You would not believe how difficult it is to find Ziplock bags in this dimension without having to purchase it in bulk. I mean, I was seriously contemplating on spending hundreds of dollars on 1,000 pack of similar Ziplock bags just to have something to fit the lock in. Eventually, I found this on eBay from the UK, and it should probably be one size smaller in width and one size larger in length. As you can see, it barely fits in there, and then when the bag expands due to the width of the lock, it's kind of a tight squeeze, but this will have to do. Again, I spent a lot of time and money. Well, not a lot of money, but some money, obviously. I didn't get all of this stuff for free. But again, it's not. We're not talking hundreds of dollars. Again, the case itself was $12. The lock was $10. The bags I bought in bulk, obviously. So, but you know, per unit, it's not even $1. You know, 20 cents maybe. Let's see, and then we have the chamber indicator flag here. This is a TAPCO, and I'm not sure if that is included with the basic Smith & Wesson M&P box. I've seen it though, and they have something called the range kit, which is kind of extended with the holster and magazine and holder and whatever. So I think the real ones come with a variation of this called Bore Clean, and it's red, and I believe it's a little bit more flexible, rubberish material. This right here is stiff polymer. But again, like I showed in the unboxing video, the cool thing is that this actually works and can be used on the airsoft pistol. I'm not sure exactly how safe it is to use on the airsoft pistol, because the nozzle impacts on this end. I always ease the slide forward when I have this installed, which isn't a lot, just for these videos basically. But the plug here fits into the inner barrel, and again, I'm not sure if that could potentially damage the hop-up unit or the hop rubber. So it works, but I'm you should probably take into consideration if it's worth it or not for you. Next item here, again, this is the Smith Wesson earplugs. Again, these, I believe I've only seen these included in the range kit. Not sure if they come in the standard M&P package. Let's just take them out, take a closer look. Yep, still smells like strawberry. So you know, just a regular string kind of earplugs. They work great though, and feel great in your ears. So, oh, sorry. So really, those were good. I think these were $3. I bought 2 of them since I have a black and a tan M&P. I have a case like this for my tan pistol as well. And then lastly, we have the spent casing envelope, and it was, I wouldn't say difficult, but it took me a while to find good reference images of these. And then you also have the problem with you know, people, they cover up their serial numbers, they cover up the barcodes, and you have old versions, you have new versions, I'm not sure which is which. So eventually I found a video. Sorry, that's my phone alarm going off. Let me just kill that. Sorry about that. Yeah, as I was saying, so eventually I found a video on YouTube which was uploaded like recently, a couple of months ago, and it had this style of envelope on it. So I took a screenshot and just copied it, and the KB signature you see here, that's actually some real dude at Smith & Wesson, Kevin B. So sorry, Kevin B, if you're watching this, I stole your identity. This right here, the barcode is a code 39 barcode, and it's the FFL number, Federal Licensed Firearms License. I'm not really sure what that stands for. But anyway, then we have the make, model, gun type, caliber, serial number, rifling characteristics. This is Smith & Wesson M&P, pistol 9mm, and again we have the actual serial number from the pistol. Let's see if we can get that in there. There you go. So they all match up. These normally come with obviously a spent casing inside. I just put 2 BBs in to have something inside. And not only did I replicate the actual sticker here, but I've also made the envelope from scratch myself. Pretty crafty, huh? And it took me a couple of prototypes to get the right shape and material. Yeah, I did spend probably a little bit more than a same person would on getting the material for this, but I think it was worth it in the end. This looks really good. Again, we have the seal on the back here with KB's signature, and I'm not sure if you can see, have the radial cuts. They're not 100% smooth. It's very difficult to do those types of radial cuts with without the proper tools, which I did buy, but those tools they come in fixed sizes, so when you cut it, the radial cut was too big basically. I think that's about it. Well, I can just mention here with the stickers that I tried looking online to find stickers of the correct size that the real ones had, and I couldn't find any that were the right size out of the box. So I printed these on. I bought A4 sticker paper, label paper. That was just a big A4, no labels on it. And I did these in InDesign, printed them on the paper, and then I've cut each label out individually and made these small radial cuts here. And I actually used a pair of nail clippers to get these tiny radial cuts. That was the best solution that I could come up with after some experimenting. So again, quite a bit of time and a little bit of money went into these, and I mean, if you look at my unboxing video and then go find a real unboxing video of the M&P, I think you'll have a hard time telling which is which actually. So that's kind of cool. And that concludes the Smith & Wesson M&P unboxing for my Project RS case. So thank you for watching, and hopefully if you're inspired by this, or if you want to do something similar, definitely don't hesitate to contact me. I have a lot of extra material for this stuff. Since, you know, I don't just print one label on one A4, I made a lot of them. Now obviously these wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't be able to share these since these are individually serialized. But you know, if you're into this kind of stuff, definitely let me know, and I'll help you out. Maybe you got some ideas for me as well. So yeah, that's it. Thanks.